Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about thrift shopping and vintage shopping and the difference between the two. Although the lines can get blurry, thrift shopping and vintage shopping are a little bit different. Thrift shopping is very fun. You have to have patience because you're not always going to find something great or a gem. You have to be willing to get down and dirty and really search and look through racks and just not be afraid of what's inside of those clothes. It can be very rewarding and fun, which is why thrift shopping and vintage shopping is one of my favorite pastimes. So I'm just gonna let you all know what's the difference between the two, where you can shop, how to shop thrifting and vintage, and how to just create your own unique style with those pieces. So let's get started. Okay, so if you want to go thrifting, the kind of places you really want to go are like Goodwill, Salvation Army, places like that. There are very few, at least in New York City, very few just strictly vintage shops. Most vintage shops also sell thrifted items or items that are current that have been in stores within the past 2 to 3 years. Major stores that people have donated those clothes. Thrift shopping is the lower end of thrifting and vintage. Vintage shopping usually costs more money. The pieces are vintage, they're one of a kind, thus their retail value is higher than just a thrifted item. And so when you're vintage shopping, you definitely want to look at size, because sizes from the 1960s and 50s are definitely not the same size today. So your best bet is, if you're trying on a vintage dress or a vintage skirt or even a jacket, you definitely should try it on. Don't just look at the tag and think that you could wear it, because if it's from the 50s or the 60s or even the 40s, there's a good chance that it's probably 8 sizes too small. So definitely try on vintage pieces and thrifted pieces as well, because you want to make sure that it fits nicely. When going vintage shopping, have a budget in mind, because vintage shopping can tend to, drain your pockets a lot faster than just thrift shopping. Usually when I go thrift shopping, I'll take $50 and come back with 10 items. Some of my favorite places are Goodwill, Housing Works Thrift Shop, which has, a lot of designers. So they're a little bit high end, but they also have just regular thrifted pieces as well, and lots of sales on different days. So you can check out www.housingworks.com or .org, and it'll have which days they have their sales and such.